And a very warm welcome along to something a little bit different here on the Extra channel. We're back in Minecraft, but we're not doing budget craft. We're in our own single player world. You might have guessed it from the title of the video or this world name. We are going to be doing a block drop randomizer. Technically it's a loot table randomizer, because anything that can drop an item will be completely random. We're going in easy for this because the big challenge of this world isn't going to be the playing of the Minecraft, it's going to be figuring out the puzzle. Completely random seed, we're going in very blind. All I've done for the game rules is I've turned fire tick off. That's to make this a little bit harder because fire tick would give us access to some blocks a little bit easier. And now I've got a loot table randomizer as a data pack, and I got that from the wonderful fazguy.net. So if you want to do this yourself, that is the website to go to. Link will be in the description. And this is actually going to be slightly different to our regular content. This is going to be all long form. So there's going to be no cuts, no edits. It's just going to be you, me, and the game. We'll see how we get on. I'm not setting any targets for this. We're just going to see what we can do in this world. We might be able to beat the dragon, we might not be able to beat the dragon. And one thing to note very quickly is we are in 1.20 as opposed to 1.21. So we've spawned in the plains, we've got plenty of blocks to check already. Cauldron from the single tall grass. From the double tall grass we get a bed. That is useful, we can now sleep the night away. If we break that bed we get emeralds. Very handy. Birch button into dark oak hanging sign. We got nowhere to place this, oh dear. We plonk it on the side of there, yes. Because that's another fisty breakable, but we cannot break that. The dandelion gives us a different flower, the white tulip. Two options with this. We'll grab another one because we can do the flower pot on its own that gives us leather. We can do the tulip in the pot that gives us nothing on that attempt. The tulip on its own gives us an ice village loot table of some sort. Let's have a munch on this suspicious stew. Oh god, we're blind. So white tulips will give us a source of food at the very least. Other obvious blocks to check at the moment are dirt and grass. We can get from the dirt the mangrove propagule. We plant that, we get a decorated pot into black concrete, and that is a dead end. Let us try this tree over here. That's the ghast loot table. From the leaves, what about the wood? Mangrove roots, looking at that. So let's see where we go from the mangrove roots. Some legs. It's armour at least. Different armour each time, so that is slightly handy. We do have a little bit of protection. I think our next destination is going to be the snow over here. We'll have a different tree, we'll have some snow blocks as well. Nothing so far from the snow layer. Might be because we need a shovel. Got some more flowers over here. Flowering azalea from the poppy. Gives us ender pearl. That is part of the ingredients we need for getting into the end. Good to know. Shame there aren't any more around here. That's some form of dead coral from the spruce leaves. What about the spruce itself? That is very nice. Spruce logs give us the iron golem loot table. Looking at that. Not going to complain. Because that also gives us poppies. And I have a feeling that the poppies... Maybe it's not the loot table I thought it was. We just got a stick from that. Still no source of wood, which is slightly concerning, but we do have some sand and some reeds over there. So this is more about the puzzle than it is about actually playing the Minecraft game. That gives us planks at least. So now we've got 4 planks, we can create a crafting table. And we're gonna need some more wood, aren't we? Fortunately, there's some reeds right over here. But with that, we can now make ourselves a sword first and foremost. Make ourselves a pick. A shovel. And we'll probably want an axe as well. You know what, we've got the iron. We might as well get a hoe at the same time. Before you do that, there's the axe. Food in the last slot, and there's the hoe. This has given us access to a lot more blocks. Now, we did very early on have a bunch of blocks that we placed down. I'm going for the easy ones first and foremost. I'm going for the blocks that exist naturally in the world. If we get stuck after that, that's when we can start looking at some of the more complex chains. For now, we're keeping it as simple as possible. Of course, we do lose crafting table once we've broken it, so we are going to have to get some more reeds or find another source of wood. Sand is honeycomb. Have a little cheeky check of that. The sand is very abundant. And that, time waster, dead end. I do remember some leaves. I think it was the spruce leaves, wasn't it, that gave us iron, or it might have been the spruce logs. I'm not writing anything down, by the way. I thought that would make this challenge a little bit more interesting if I'm not allowed to make notes as we go. Because what's the fun in that? We can easily cheese things if we do that. Yes, it must be the logs that give us the iron golem loot. Not going to complain at that. A lot of iron straight off the bat. And a lot of spruce planks. That would indicate that something around here that would have naturally spawned gives us spruce planks. So we'll have to keep thinking about that. Got some jungle over there. By that I mean jungle wood from the shipwreck. Have a little explore of that. We do need... Oh, we've got a bed. That's perfect. Honestly, can't remember how we got the bed. It's got to be an early game loot, though. Oh, no. Ugly fishes so early on. This might not be the place we want to be. I do, however, want to check this boat. Oh, compressed ice. Gives us a bunch of beds. Our inventory's going to be full now. Anything of any use in here, or are we going to leave? I think we'll leave. Our inventory is now chock full of beds, but if we can find a stronghold near an icy biome, we're not going to have to worry about beds at all. If we want to kill the Ender Dragon that way, we can strip the spruce now. Gives us a hay bale, which does at least give us a source of food. But our big issue at the moment is we need to yeet all these beds. We'll just keep the light grey bed for now. Grab a little bit more iron because we'll get ourselves more geared up after the first night. And now we're on the explore. Gonna try and find some relatively common blocks that we can break, see what we have. Slime from stone. Concrete powder from the coal there. What do we get if we break the slime? Because that's an insta-break. Oh! Hello! Right, I know what we're doing now. We are breaking all of these. We have an infinite source of diamonds. We're going to get fully kitted out. That would seem like a very good idea. The sun's probably going to set fairly soon as well. We can just burn through all these tools. I have to say, I wasn't expecting diamonds to be that easy to get. Not going to complain, though. One thing that will be interesting is if we find a fortune pick, if the fortune pick will work on the diamonds in this way. I think we've checked gravel, haven't we? We'll do another check now. Yep, gravel's hoppers. 60 of these. It's going to give us 60 diamonds in total. Get ourselves a cauldron there from the tall grass. Oh, this is very satisfying, isn't it? Goodness me. Make sure we don't lose any of those. We are going to need to get some more wood. Which, when you look around at us, there are plenty of trees, but not going to help us in this situation, unfortunately. There we go, we've got all 64 of our diamonds. Plenty of diamonds to go around now. Let's keep on exploring. We'll eat one of our baked potatoes. Then we'll have a double check of these flower pots. Copper first of all though. Copper into prismarine. There is the ugly fish temple nearby. Prismarine into paper. Dead end. We never checked what's in the hopper. Pumpkin seeds. Don't need those. Some surface iron there. More flowers. If these pink tulips are useful, we need to find ourselves a flower forest. They go to carpet. Go to nether bricks. Into signs. This chain is a little too long for my liking. Into a form of terracotta. Break this concrete powder into another banner. We ended up with some compressed ice. Even more beds. That's a way of stacking our beds at the very least. So we'll keep hold of some of this compressed ice. And we'll do our first sleep. Around about 10 minutes into this world. Not bad progress. Nothing from that bed. So hypothetically, if we were to try and beat the Ender Dragon, we're going to need to get on a little bit of a chain of finding the loot from the blazes. Now, they aren't guaranteed. Scaffolding's handy. Scaffolding into candles. Let us actually... We've got something with an inventory here. Don't need all these beds. We'll just plonk these down. Don't want that, don't want that, don't want that. We'll keep the Ender Pearl. Don't need the gas tier. Don't need the time wasters. But we do want the candles. Candles into dark prismarine. Into regular prismarine bricks. Into nothing. We might need to recheck some of these later on because it's not 100%. But it's good to know. Now we need to try and find ourselves some different temperatures in the biomes. Arrows from brown mushrooms. Because at the moment we are very much stuck in the temperate kind of biomes with the cold biomes to our rear. However, these are new. We'll break a few. Looking like they're a complete dead end. So we'll keep moving onwards and quite literally upwards at the moment. Food is what we could do with some of at the moment, really. We're going to have to try and keep our eyes peeled for things we can eat. We've not killed any mobs yet. However, killing mobs will not drop their regular drops. We could kill a cow and get End City loot as an example. So we are going to have to be very careful with our food situation. If we find any chests here, they'll be randomized as well. But we can take a little sample from the village here. That's snow or is that wool? It's neither, it's chiseled quartz. It's pickles. Just double checking the pickles to drop something else. Make a snow block or two. Nothing there. Frog light. Chain's too long for me. I'm being very, very fussy with my chains. Who's built this house? Can't get in. A single cobbled deep slate in there. What does smooth stone give us? Nothing. Nothing too handy in that particular house. Fence gates are fairly common though. They give us spruce doors. We can check the other doors as well. That's a nice source of wood there. We'll break one down into planks and we'll use the other as logs. Or we'll accidentally break them both down into planks. Never mind. Yellow bed into nothing. Bell. Not too displeased about that. White bed gives us a smithing table. Could actually be handy to have a smithing table. If we find Bastion loot, then we are going to be able to use the netherite upgrades in there. In fact, let us craft a chest here. We'll get rid of some of the rubbish that we don't need. Keep hold of just one bed. Don't really need the iron anymore. Suppose we can craft some bits out of it, so we'll keep hold of it on second thought. And then we want to get some sticks. We're going to remake our tools. We'll plonk those there, those there. We'll make a pick. We'll do an axe, a hoe, and a shovel. And we're out of sticks. Torches gave us a mangrove fence into a sandstone stair. Some more potted plants. Leather we don't particularly want or need. Do we have any more wood in there that we can use for sticks? No. However, let's now try iron door and iron trapdoor. We have access to a lot of iron quite easily. That gave us nothing. That also gave us nothing. I suppose there is the anvil and the iron block as well, isn't there? The anvil's going to be very expensive. Yellow wool. Marvellous. Purple wool. Some form of copper. Chain's a bit too long to be worried about. You can see some pumpkins over there. If we can get pumpkin seeds, we can then try and make a chain. We've got some hay bales as well. Hay bales into trapdoors. That gives us more wood. Make a single button. See what that does. I think we've already done this chain, actually. However, we'll grab these more pumpkins. Chop one down naturally. Kind of a rough trade-off there, wasn't it? Time waster. However, if we use this, we can get ourselves another workbench. Some more sticks will make a sword. And then, while we're at it, might as well get fully decked out in diamond armour. Because if we've got diamonds on tap, why am I trying to make a cauldron out of diamonds? Helmet, that's the other thing we're missing. We've got diamonds on tap, we might as well wear them. Get rid of that now, we don't need that or that. Nice clear inventory. I think the next thing we need to do, try and find something to eat in this world. Try the obvious first, the seagrass. Some clay down here as well, that could be a nice thing to try. Clay gives us birch logs, so we know what comes from those. We've already attacked a birch tree. That's a little bit at the end of the line. I think we cross the river here and we try and get some warmer climates. Need to check mangrove. If we find a swamp, we'll get lily pads and a couple of unique flowers. Got the dark oak forest. We've got cherry forest. Still plenty of abundance blocks to check before we start getting a little bit desperate. Because I need to remember that stone goes to slime, goes to diamonds. I don't think we're going to need any more diamonds in the near future. Checked copper before thinking about it. Let's move on. I don't particularly want to kill any mobs yet either. Kinda worried about the food situation though. There are some pigs here. Can we borrow your life? A rail. Into raw copper. Could make a block from it, but that's needlessly complex. There are plenty of fish in the ocean and the river. And there are some squid. So we'll try a squid. Stripped jungle log. I think we saw that in the shipwreck. Though maybe not. Time waster. Goodness sakes. Let's cross over, we'll murder a cow, and then we'll have to go to sleep. Counter lapis, which would be great if we were thinking about enchanting. But that's not what we're going to do. Let's take a nap. Gonna have to try and find another bed. Couple of emeralds, not really useful for us. We've murdered the pig, we've murdered the cow. Shouldn't be running, I'm just running on the pure hope that we find something edible. Yeah, paper was the dead end from Prismarine, wasn't it? Sorry, sheep. Oh, gave his life for nothing. Oh dear. If we could see some of the, I was going to call them new stones. They're not new at all, are they? But Instance 1.8, which I think was 2014, we can find the granite, the andesite, the diorite. Will at least give us some other food sources to try, or some other blocks, I should say, to try for food sources. But at the moment, like with many times when I've done this on my own, the issue is food. So we're going to have to try and sort that out. Into another village. And gut instincts would say, break the hay bales, break the wheat. If we break this fully grown wheat, get a time waster. We've already done the hay bales, haven't we? That's the Achacha trapdoors. Not trapdoors, pressure plates. If only we'd kept hold of that end stone. Oh! There's the dragon egg! Fun. Not edible fun, but fun. Don't think we tried the terracotta there. Please be a sign of food. Looks like raw chicken, but we can't eat it. Blue orchid into orange terracotta. Into a regular terracotta. Stripped oak wood, that's different stripped oak log. Into nothing. Orange candle into a different candle. Into chiseled quartz, maybe? And we've already seen the pickles. Okay, so it's poppies give us something. It's never fully consistent. Strange. I'm thinking that could be the leaf loot table from the flowering azaleas. Or the regular azaleas. Get that? That'd be roughly 1 in 10 then, wouldn't it? Yellow concrete powder, we can try 2 things there. Ink sacks, still nothing edible. Help, will you be our saviour? Yes! Yes, it will. That's abandoned mineshaft chest loot there. Interesting. Different kelp is giving us different loot tables there. Oh, our inventory's going to be an absolute hot mess now, isn't it? Got 8 bread, though. We'll have a munch on that and then try and swim for some more. The rails could be useful to try as well. We need to sort out this inventory. Rails to raw copper. Get rid of that as well. What about the detector rail? Cyan terracotta, one of my favourite building blocks. Into light blue glazed terracotta. Into cauldron that we have seen. Got another type of rail here. Got the detector rail that I think we've done. But we can try the activator rail. Is that a saddle? Is it consistently a saddle? No. There's a loot table of some description. I mean, we'll take a power 3 bow. Don't have any arrows for it. Fishing will do stuff as well. But that will be an absolute blooming nightmare. So we'll cross that bridge if we come to it. I do want to try and grab some of these golden rails. And we're going to need yet another inventory sort. I shouldn't have placed that bed there, really, should I? Oh, we've got a notch apple. Nice. I chucked those gold rails. I think I have. They're going to be absolutely useless, but I'm determined to get them. There we go, we've definitely got some in our inventory now. Crimson door, after all of that. Into Verdant's Froglight. Some slabs, right. Let's do a quick sort of the inventory. We don't want the glowberries. Though, actually, we do want the glowberries after all of that. Because the glowberries could be something useful. I forgot that we could place them and instantly break them. So if we place those, and we've got a lot of them as well. spruce trapdoors after that. Anything on the chain? Nothing worth writing home about. We do have some food now, though, which is progress. Not actually going for the sand here. Going for the sandstone. That cyan glazed terracotta. Into blue dye? No more lapis. Don't need any more of a lapis. So now we'll just pillar up our honeycomb and we'll yeet the stuff we don't want. Inventory management is one of the worst parts of doing this. Check the mangrove planks while we're at it. Ugh, my least favourite glazed terracotta. Oh, that is hideous. Cherry door. Into double mangrove trapdoor. Into stripped birch log that we have checked. But we are crossing more and more off the list. As it stands, we're not in a bad position. We know that if we need food, we can just go into any old ocean and get some kelp. Because that will give us plenty of bread and a few apples. So we're on the hunt for the more elusive stuff now. Might as well try a few of these blocks. Honey is really nice because it's another insta-break block. It gave us nothing. Single piece of gravel in there. Now, we are in desperate need of another bed. But I cannot remember how we got our bed last time. Oh, it was spruce leaves, wasn't it? We're nowhere near a spruce tree, unfortunately. Or if I'd have kept hold of that saddle, we could have had a horse. Silly me. Oh, tall grass gives us a bed. Crisis averted. I think we're at about half an hour, aren't we? So, this, after we've slept, is where we're going to leave it for the night. Pillager tower over there. Let's back away, not today. We don't want to be facing pillagers. We'll hide like a coward behind here. But I hope you've enjoyed this first episode. I have had a lot of fun. Let's see what progress we can make in the next one. If you do want to catch that, make sure to like the video and subscribe. I'll see you all very, very soon.